This is a Windows Phone 7 game review of Bump Out, which is a free little puzzle game available in the marketplace. This puzzle game is actually quite interesting, and even though I'm not very interested in puzzle games in general, this game really captured my interest and it was enjoyable to play. And the lasting value is really great because there's 150 levels total, and you'll spend a lot of time just going through those levels and trying to actually beat all of them. They get really tough as you go, so you'll find yourself spending probably 6 hours or more on this game if you want to try to complete every single level. So as you see, you have to bump all the balls except for one off of the course, and if you don't do it correctly, then you're gonna lose. And then you just have to redo and try to figure out what you did wrong. So you keep on using that undo button, and you keep on experimenting. As you can see, some of these are a lot trickier, and you need to try to look at things from a different perspective in order to solve them, which makes the game really interesting. So as you can see, it's really difficult and yet enjoyable. And there's a bunch of different levels, and if you can't complete all of them, you can skip up to 5 levels, but then you'll have to go back and complete those ones you skipped. And that can be seen in the levels by which are green versus which are gray. So maybe I'll be able to solve this one here. Let's see. Almost. There we go. So the game has some really good music in it, actually. And the music doesn't even feel repetitive, even though it does just keep on looping. It still sounds interesting, and it's some good background music for solving these complicated puzzles. And once you actually complete all the puzzles, or you just get sick of trying them because you can't finish them, you can check out the time mode, which adds a lot more lasting value. So these you want to go as fast as possible because the timer starts to run down at the top there, and the faster you go, the higher score you get. So as you see, the timer is starting to slowly move there, and it gives you a good amount of time in order to finish them. And you still use the undo button if you do something wrong, and you try to solve the puzzles. So you keep on going through that time mode, and then once you finish, your score will automatically be submitted to the online leaderboards. And so you can compete in those online leaderboards there, also local leaderboards if you want. But you can have the daily option, and weekly, and all time. So it has a really thorough leaderboard system, which is really great. It'd be nice if it didn't always repeat the names there, because that can get quite repetitive for online leaderboards, but nevertheless it's really good. And you can also keep track of how many levels people have completed there, but that's not as important. Nevertheless, that's a nice leaderboard addition. So overall, this game has some really good music. The presentation is pretty good. It's got some nice looking visuals, and the sound effects are really good, and the music, I love the music. It would be nice if it was Mango enabled so that it could multitask faster, but nevertheless, the game is actually surprisingly good, and even if you're not a big fan of puzzle games, you'll probably find yourself liking this game. And I recommend you check out Bump Out in the marketplace for free.